Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Cataclysm Refugee Center playthrough. In the last episode, we worked on forging, which is something we've been focused on for the last probably 9 days in game, taking quite a long time. And we are so close to finishing our steel spear. Now, in hindsight, I probably should not have worked on the spear. I should have looked for a better weapon. Again, we know from previous episodes that spears are bad at killing armored enemies. So we would prefer... I like blunt weapons. When I play Cataclysm, I almost always end up using blunt weapons. The main reason I pivoted to spears is because we were taking tons of hits and we didn't really have any armor. That's still true. Our legs are very exposed. However, long term, we would want something blunt. I usually gravitate towards the Warhammer, is my preferred weapon towards the end game. We don't have the books for that. However, we probably should have at least looked at what blunt weapons were available to us before deciding on the spear. But I just got in that spear mindset, and we're going to have a steel spear. Now, steel spear is good. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good weapon to have when, you've been using a knife spear for most of the game. It's a huge upgrade over that. But against armored targets, it's still not ideal. So I don't love the knife spear. I don't love it. But we're at 96% or whatever. Let's polish this baby off. We have a dope-ass weapon. Work on spear. I don't know what we'll do now. That was like my main goal for the game moving forward. Yes. Child, where did you come from? Where did you come from? What are you doing? It appears to be... God, the sprites are tiny. I think we talked about this already. Someone did post that they were making the child sprites bigger. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if that's... that probably was not merged with vanilla. I don't update my tile sets manually. I almost always forget. I always mean to. Like, almost every time I sit down to play, I'm like, man, I should have updated my tile set, but I always forget to do it. So I'm guessing this is the pre-enlarged sprite, because this thing is tiny. It appears to be a small, I'm going to say male, wearing suspenders, I guess. Is that what these lines denote? Are those suspender straps? Do kids wear I mean, I do remember wearing suspenders when I was like 5. So I guess that's a thing. Also kind of funny, their shadow appears to be quite large for how small they are. Anyway, we're going to murder this child. Let's say, let's make this actually like a tragic experience. This is young Jimmy Hoffa, a young lad from this particular town that we're in. He was born and raised in. We don't have the nameplate, so we have no idea what town we're in. Great, he was born and raised in. Nope, no town name here either. Huh. Well, how do you know what town you're in? Actually, it says at the top, right? In Greenfield. No, Craftsbury. This is Jimmy Hoffa. He is 5 years old. He was born and raised in Craftsbury. And when the Cataclysm came, he lodged at home with his parents. They thought that they could hide and escape the horrible trauma and terrible experiences that were going on in the world around them. Little did Jimmy know that his father would come home with the virus. Not a virus, I don't want to spoil Cataclysm stuff, but his father came home infected, and young Jimmy knew it, but he was afraid to say anything because he was only a child and he didn't want to offend his mother or upset his father. 2 days later, Jimmy's father died of his infected wounds, came back to life, and murdered him and his mother. And now, Jimmy, the mindless zombie, has roamed these streets for days looking for his next meal. This child is small and emaciated. Even the zombie version of this child is not getting enough nourishment. And so to kill this creature, this poor, pitiful, sad creature that roams the barren streets of Craftsbury, would be a mercy. So we will put this child down. Sure. Just headcanon some stuff. Man, you hit me a lot. Oh, we're extremely weary. Oh. Well, crap. So weariness, if you're not familiar, it adds a multiplier on your movement. or on move costs. So basically, our attack normally takes 109 moves, but being extremely weary adds a multiplier to that. So every time we swing at this kid, he's going to get like 4 attacks because we are so slow, which is bad. This kid's going to tear us up something fierce. He hit us multiple times. Not really terribly. What we're really lucky is that they didn't grab us and just bite the crap out of us and give us a bunch of bite wounds. So we'll take that. And we are bleeding, but I don't really care. Go ahead and drop your knife spear. Just clamp your hands on it and stop the bleeding. You attempt to put pressure on the bleeding wound. Yes. So we really don't want to get in fights right now because we are way, way out of fighting condition. Did we polish off the spear? We didn't because the kid was creeping up on us. So go ahead and finish the craft. Come on, just a few more percentages, then we'll go to bed and rest, I swear. We got to 99%. Of course. Of course. Of course we did, game. So we established in the previous episode that we should be cooking and eating beans because we have a surplus of beans. So let us start a fire. And we will look for component beans. We need to get these rotten beans out of here. Just search for rotten. We'll take all of this out. That way it doesn't accidentally use any rotten beans in our recipe. This lettuce I don't really care about at all. That's not a big deal because the lettuce is just not calorie dense enough to be that relevant. Do we have any food here? I think we have cornbread. Yeah, okay. We have 1 portion of cornbread, which we're saving because we probably will make more cornbread in the future. Then we can use this as a bread for a sandwich. So... component bean. All we can make is cooked beans. Okay, I mean, it's not great. We would like to have a meat component. Like, I wish we had, like, pickled meat or dehydrated meat or any kind of meat because we're expending a lot of calories foraging and stuff. But go ahead and make... how long does this last? A week. Okay, go ahead and make 4 beans. Takes 12 minutes. Your body's getting warm. Yeah. You're feeling rested. You're exhausted. You're feeling rested. Uh-huh. 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 Oh, did we get a proficiency? Why is this? Oh, because we're so hot. Right. So the effects menu is huge. I would like to look at my proficiencies, please. You know this proficiency. It's a basic understanding of the properties of metal as a material and the concepts behind smithing. I almost said smithing. Die casting and other metalworking techniques. I know nothing about metalworking in real life. I know a little bit about woodworking because it's an area that interests me. I don't have a lot of hands-on experience with woodworking, but I enjoy watching woodworking videos. I find them kind of meditative and pleasant to watch people on YouTube carve and craft things from wood. I think is really interesting, and I kind of wish I had learned to do stuff like that. So we are very hot. It's falling. We are pretty okay temperature to sleep, so we'll go to bed, which should knock off our weariness. I don't see a reason. Go ahead and apply a bandage. We don't need to, but we'll do it anyway. And we'll go to sleep. Tomorrow we will have ourselves a nice new spear, and we will be ready to face the apocalypse. We are getting... tossing and turning. Bro, just go to sleep. Oh, we're not tired? Was I not just tired? Our weariness went way down. Apparently laying in bed is good enough to stave off weariness. I don't know why I'm not tired. I thought I could swear I saw that we were tired. Okay. That's fine. Keep chugging soda. Just like a good... you know, I don't know, teenager, I guess. Teenagers drink a lot of soda. Well, what do we do? I really don't want to sit next to the fire in the dark. We could sit in our vehicle and read. Oh no, I didn't install an aisle light in the back, so we can't. We could sit up front and read, but that would draw zombies if they saw us. How's our vehicle doing? 17% on all our batteries. We really should have looked for a solar panel to try and install 1 solar panel just to get that charging when we were doing the forging work. And we have seen solar cars. Maybe that should be what we do in the next episode or in the future here. Because I was thinking in between episodes, we're about to get our spear, and that's kind of what I was working towards, so I didn't really know what to do next. Take off your duster. Take off your vest. That should do a lot for our temperature. And I guess we just read. Now. Move some fire to or some wood to our fire. Lighter. Check our temperature. Pretty tolerable. Little warm, but that's okay. You can lose your gloves as well. Hopefully the more stuff I take off, the more likely I will be to notice that I've taken these things off. Where's my... There they are. And I guess we just read. We've been reading... The last book we read was the first aid book. We could train cooking a little bit to try and get more recipes. I don't know how much it matters, though. Could raise survival. I usually like to get survival up to 3. And that's really it, huh? We could start raising rifles, but we haven't found any rifles. Marksmanship, same thing. Doesn't really matter that much at the moment. Go ahead and read healthcare, I guess. Can no longer learn from the first aid book. Okay, let's read cooking. I changed my mind. Something with short chapter times will be fine. Hopefully we get tired soon. I would like to sleep so that I could... There we go. So that we could recover from the time that we bandaged ourselves. I didn't want to have to bandage again. And we will go to bed. And we will eat some... Oh, we're out of beans. Make some more beans. Super exciting episode, everybody. Hopefully you're having a nice time. Put out that fire. I almost walked into the fire again. That's exciting. Eat the cooked beans. And with our belly full of beans and our extremely flatulent nature, we will now go to sleep. And then we'll work out what to do in the morning. We should get a question so I have something to talk about. I feel like I'm just talking about nonsense at the moment. Scroll. We already had that one. If you could interview a famous person, who would you choose? I think we already had that one. Scroll. Have you ever kept this? We already had that one. If you found $2,000 on the ground, what would you do with it? Probably just give it to my family. I don't know. $2,000 isn't like life-changing money. It's way more than I have in my bank account, don't get me wrong, but it's not like retire and buy a mansion money, Not that I would do that anyway. But $2,000, I don't know. I would just put it in the bank, I guess. I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money to just drop on the ground. So I would probably wait to see if someone came to claim it. I would take it and I would wait there and see if someone came and was like, my goodness, I dropped my money clip of $2,000. And if no one showed up, then I would take it. But $2,000, I just put it in the bank. Look at that steel spear sprite. Drop the knife spear. I thought the steel spear was fully steel. It is wood. Okay. I honestly, I always thought that the steel spear was 100% steel. And which I think is probably because of undead people. I think their sprite is gray. The whole spear is gray, which made me think it was a fully metal spear. It's not. It's a wood and steel spear. And this looks pretty cool. I think this is a cool sprite. Certainly looks different from the knife spear. And it looks a lot better because this one actually has the... what do you call those? I guess flanges would be a word you could use. But they're called something... It's specifically for hunting boar, right? That's why spears have that. Is so the if you were fighting a boar, they have a tendency to ram you, which if you had a spear like this, it would just slide through and proceed further up the spear and be able to attack you. But these things prevent that from happening. There's a word for those. I can't think of what the word is. Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't remember. Oh, we are like fully naked, by the way. Nobody look at my tiny nude sprite. Okay. Grab that spear. Wield that beautiful spear. Put on your clothing because you're making me uncomfortable. And we will venture out and find something to do. We are still pantless, which, if I had one word of advice, if there was one thing, you say, hey, unicorn, tell me about the apocalypse. Tell me what to do. Tell me how to survive. My one suggestion would be to wear pants. I feel like having everything just flopping out in the breeze in easy, attack range is probably not in your best interest. We need to find some clothes. We should have some pants in here, surely. I don't think we have a clothing pile. We do have a clothing pile. It's right here. Look for some pants, some pantaloons. Or even just underwear. My God, put something on. We'll take a pair of compression shorts. They're very hot, though. And we already have the duster over our legs. Let's wear the kilt, because it should be breezier. 10 warmth versus 25 on the leather pants. I think the kilt is thicker as well. It is. So I think the kilt is our best bet, although it does not fit us. And we will just wear the kilt. We don't need underwear. I had a friend a girl that I knew that I was, somewhat involved with. She was from Wales, and her mother said that if you wear a kilt with underwear, you are disrespecting the heritage of the kilt because you're never supposed to wear underwear with a kilt, which I don't know if that's true or not, but she's Welsh and they probably know what they're talking about. So I thought that was pretty interesting. We're going to take the USP here. And I'm going to go murder that NPC, I think, who attacked us previously. I think we're going to take a shot at that guy. We're not particularly well armored, but he didn't have a gun. Let's drop everything we don't need. We will take way more bandages than this because he does have a machete. I want to break into that gun shop as well, so we're going to keep the hacksaw, I think. And let's take a better flashlight with us, something that has a lot of charge, just in case it is only 11 in the morning, but we only have 8 rounds for the 45, and the 45 doesn't do very much damage, I think because it's partially damaged itself. The Glock has 6 rounds, does 33 damage. USP has 8 rounds, does 25 damage. Yeah, I think take the Glock instead. Oh, no, this is the Glock that doesn't fire. Has that been fixed? Let's take a practice shot out here. The thing is, if it was fixed, we have more of this 357 SIG. So, I should be able to reload this, right? You reload the Glock with 357. So, I don't know when I last updated. Let's take a practice shot. Drop the spear. Wield the SIG. Or the Glock. Can't be fired while loaded. I'm going to quickly update my game and see if that's been fixed. Alright, so I updated. I also asked on Discord, so this should work now. No, it does not work. Oh. The thing said it was fixed. I just updated. Unload the Glock. Reload the Glock. Fire the gun. No. Okay, I don't know why that doesn't work. People on Discord say that it does work. Specifically saying, I've seen it work. Have gotten Glock 22s as it should be. So, doesn't look like that was actually fixed. What does look like changed, so basically, you probably don't care this much. Basically, the Glock 22 can apparently handle different ammunition. So specifically, we see here the .40 and the 357 SIG 15-round magazine. So basically, this magazine can accommodate either of those ammunitions, I guess. And the gun should be able to fire both, but it isn't. It lets you load the 357, but it does not let you fire the 357. Anyway, I've been distracted by a Discord conversation enough. Let's get back to it. So it's really unfortunate. This is by far the most versatile gun that we have access to, or it was supposed to be, because it came loaded with 357 rounds. So, naturally we've picked up other 357 SIG rounds. It seems like the perfect weapon. We want a gun that can fire 357 SIG because that's the bulk of the ammunition that we have. The problem is that this gun is either not designed to fire 357. It only mentions .40. But when these guns spawn in the game, they were spawning with the 357 SIG rounds. So it looks like the magazine can accept either, but the gun can't fire 357. So it's just kind of a huge pain in the ass. Honestly, it's very annoying. I'm pretty frustrated by that. And you'll see here we have the Smith & Wesson 619. What I believe that color coding means is that we have ammunition for it, but it doesn't seem to be able to load the SIG ammunition. Unload the Magnum, okay, and drop that ammo over here. We tried this before and it wouldn't load Magnum. You can see the clip is meant to load Magnum, so maybe if we unload the... Well, no, why it doesn't have a clip. 0.7 357 Magnum, so it can't be reloaded with SIG, right? You don't have any Magnum. Yeah. So, I don't know why it's color-coded red when we don't have extra ammo for it. I thought the red meant you do have extra ammo. So, I don't know what to make of all that. We're going to take the USP, which is damaged and not very good. I don't think we can repair that with like a welder or anything. So, I'm not feeling great about this, but we're going to go try to murder that guy because I think that will be exciting, and we have a new spear that we could test out on a human being, which if you're going to test the spear, you might as well try to carve up an a-hole. So we're going to go try to cut this guy. Did I get a question? I'm so distracted. What were we even talking about? Oh, if I found $2,000 on the ground. That's right. Yeah, so if I had money, I would probably put it in the bank. If it was a substantial amount of money, I would give a lot of it to my family. I don't really care about money. I know that money makes the world go round. I know many people are motivated by finances or the lack thereof. I'm someone who lives a very impoverished life. I don't have money. I don't have very many nice things. We live very close to the poverty line. I'm pretty sure, like, I personally live well below the poverty line. I mostly eat ramen. I don't really... there's like a lot of things about me that are driven by the fact that I have no money. But money doesn't hold any power over me. I would like to just be financially stable. I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be, a millionaire. I don't mind working, I just would prefer to work on something that I actually care about, like my writing or YouTube or things like that. But I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be... I just don't care about money. Money is it ruins so many people. There are so many people who are driven and controlled by money. Money doesn't mean that much to me. If I had a little bit more of it, I'd probably be happier, but I don't really need it. So we're going to go over here. This is actually a really stupid thing to do. I would not recommend you do this if you were playing the game. Engaging a human enemy willingly is very dangerous. There could be more of them in there. We really don't know. And we're just going to try to put this guy down because he swiped us with a machete, which was a dick move. And, yeah. Again, enemy AI is not very good. The thing about human enemies is that if you hit them, they have body parts like you do. And in Cataclysm, let's say we get hit in our left leg. We can get hit for infinity damage on our left leg and it will never kill us. I don't think damage bleeds over from one body part to the next. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't. So, like, you could get hit in the left leg for 10 million damage. You would still be alive because it only matters if your torso or head are depleted. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. But human enemies also kind of have this thing going on. So human enemies can take way more damage than a zombie could, We're going to sprint. I don't know if they have the ability to sprint or not. He is bleeding, and of course we're going to keep shooting him. You know what? I'm going to wait for critical. You'll see his health bar is quite large, even though we're hitting him for, you know, most zombies at this point would be basically dead with one more shot. Oh, he did die from one more shot, despite it displaying a lot of health bars in that little pop-up animation. Colton Mutt Allred dies. He lost the conduct merciful, which I gotta assume is not to kill a human enemy. Can you search this menu? You can't. Conducts. What am I? I wish it would show. Oh, they're probably in alphabetical order. Merciful. Failed year 1. Kill no characters. Yeah. So we're going to search his body. Really not much on him that we want. We'll take the leather jacket. And the leather pants. It just says tin cans. Are those the only items in those? Or are there other items as well? We'll take those two. I don't really need most of this stuff. We'll take your hat. And we'll take your machete if we can carry it. We can't stash the machete. Okay. You know what? We'll take his tool belt. He has a belt on, right? Leather belt. Wear belt. Can you activate the belt to store something? Leather belt. Use holster. You can't holster anything. Okay. What? You can't. Oh, maybe if I pick up the machete now. Dispose. Store in inventory. Can I put the machete now into the belt? Where's my belt? Activate leather belt. No, you can't store it. Well, what can you store in a leather belt? What's the point of the belt? It says to use it as a holster. What could you possibly holster? It didn't accommodate. Obviously, it's not going to accommodate our gun. Okay. Can be activated to store suitable items. Yeah, but you're not telling me what those items are. I don't know how I would know. Okay, it doesn't matter. Pulp his corpse. We have his machete now. He has some stuff in his waistcoat. Okay, let's look at our inventory. So it was just the cans and a lighter. That's all he had, huh? Okay, well, we don't need the cans. Drop the cans. Let's stop sprinting, for one thing. And, oh, hello, zombie child. I really don't want to fight you with this machete. What is this? What are you? Pregnant giant cockroach. Okay. Zoom out. I'm bleeding from my head. Run away from this child. Grab your spear, which is a much better thing to fight these enemies with. And we'll take them down. Sorry, I don't know how much time has passed in this episode either. I derailed quite a bit talking to people on Discord and reading Discord messages. So you're bleeding. You should probably bleed to... You hit me again? Just murder it. It's a cockroach. And it explodes into baby cockroaches. Of course. Of course it does. Let's kill... Pulp this corpse. Get our stamina back. And you know what? We're going to butcher this cockroach for chitin. I really don't want to full butcher you for 30 minutes. Go ahead. Ignore. Hopefully nothing comes to pester us. Okay. We will take the mutant meat, which I normally would not take. But we've been hurting for calories. So we'll take that. We'll take the chitin, of course. And now we are going to investigate this house where the NPC was living. There might be some goodies in here. I really don't know. Never been in a location like this before, but we're going to keep an eye out. There is a shotgun and some shells. That makes me think that was a trap. We're definitely taking the shotgun. I really hate that we can never carry things. I really hope there's no landmines in here. The old survivor houses had landmines. Don't step in the rosebush. Hello, tough zombie. I should kite you. I don't know why I would, like, fisticuff with you point blank. Seems like a terrible decision. I would love if you would just bleed to death instead of hitting me in the eyes. So I think we're going to call the episode. I don't know how much time has passed, unfortunately. So we're going to call the episode. I'm going to end it here because I think this is my last one for the day. And if I wait here, I will be more likely to remember that we need to explore. I want to take this shotgun. We have shotgun shells back at base, I believe. We really want a gun that we can actually take with us when we know we're going to be doing shooting. So, quick save. Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm sorry I didn't talk more about the question. I got distracted by my pistol not firing like it's supposed to. And yeah, that's the episode. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. I will be back in the next episode with more. Oh, we have a bite on our head. With more Cataclysm, and I'll see you in the next episode.